How much do we want to lean in to first impressions? How much do we want to impress these new customers of ours, or potentially new customers of ours, or returning customers, versus getting the product out the door as quickly as possible? Now, ideally, you want to do both, but sometimes that's not always possible. How is it going, ladies and gentlemen? This is Sean Barnes. I want to welcome you back to the Way of the Wolf. On the show today, I want to talk about first impressions and building your brand. I know I've talked about this quite a bit on the channel before, but I'm going to use a few different examples that come to mind. These are not focused on your actual career. These are just products that I've come across and used over the years. I'm not trying to pitch them, not trying to sell them. I'm going to showcase these different products and talk through my first impressions, my thoughts, and what that means in terms of the brand of these products and where my head goes whenever I think about it. Okay, what is the first thing that comes to mind on your first impression? I know that I look at quality, the look, the feel, the presentation, the texture. These are all things that I look for in a new product, whether it's a towel, it's some sort of supplement. It doesn't really matter what it is. First impressions are very powerful. And so I want to talk through an example of these supplements. Now, I have been taking various greens as a supplement just because I struggle with getting enough vegetables in. I've been doing this for many years now, and I've tried a few different brands over the years. One that I've found myself continuing to go back to is Opti Greens. Now, one of the things that I like about it is a little bit pricey, but the container that it came in, it was quick and easy. They tasted good. These are all good things. Now, I'm sure there's nuances and differences between these different greens products. I haven't gone to that level of detail or depth to analyze, well, this contains this and this contains that and that. I haven't gone to that level of detail. I just know that I need to get more greens in, and so I supplement with greens. And I kept going back to Opti Greens. Now, last year, they actually changed their packaging from a container like this, where it's a hard plastic container you just go in and scoop out of, to this, I'm going to say almost aluminum bag that the product would come in, which I struggled with because you've got to open the little zipper on the baggie and then scoop in, and it's kind of messy, and I just didn't really like it. So what I ended up doing is taking an Opti Reds container and then just cutting up the bag, taping it over the front, and I just put my greens in here. I don't know why they did it. Probably a cost-cutting measure. I'm not really sure. They didn't change the Reds packaging, only the greens packaging from First Form. Great products, but the delivery seems lacking. I saw an advertisement for a product called AG1, and it's another greens product, and there's a few other little supplements and things that came in it, and I thought, you know what, let me give it a try. Let me see what this is all about. I received this package in the mail, and I've already opened it up, so this isn't going to be a real first impression, but I wanted to showcase the difference in quality, in packaging, and presentation. All right. So you open this up. The inside of the box is actually nice. It's green. It's got some green letters here. You're going to need a smaller cabinet. All right, that's kind of cool. Comes with these little booklets with information in it. And then you open it up and you get all of this stuff. So it does come in a bag like this, but they also provide you a sweet looking container, says AG1 on it, It's like a nice aluminum container. So while it comes with the bag, it also comes with this. Comes with this nice shaker bottle, and then a scooper in here. And then also a couple of more things in here, D3, K2, and what is this? Just some other stuff that comes in it. Now, I realize this is kind of an intro package with a few different supplements, but talk about a stark contrast in presentation from AG1 to what Opti Greens now has. Again, I really like the product. I haven't tasted this at all, so it may taste like roots, and I might not like it, but they won me over from their packaging. It's pretty impressive, you got to admit. Okay, there's another example that I would like to cover, kind of along a similar vein. I have used Black Wolf face products for about a year or so now. Quite frankly, the logo, the name, obviously caught my attention. And I like the products. They have charcoal in them. I'm assuming they're pretty good. I mean, they work well enough. Where I struggle with these products is the lid always leaks. Every single bottle of it or container leaks. That's pretty frustrating. And so what I started doing is actually propping it up like this in the shower. Well, then it starts leaking out of the crease down here. And so I've got black marks over my shower and the ledge, and I'm always having to clean it just because these damn containers are leaking all the time. Pretty frustrating. So I decided to try another product. It's a Tiege Hanley Uncomplicated Skincare for Men. I got the box. I actually like the container of the box. It's a cool look. It's a little smashed up from shipping, but that's okay. And so you open it up. It's got this black paper in here, and then everything's just kind of thrown in. So a little bit of a contrast from the packaging of this to what we just saw with AG1 in these greens. But I get it. There's cost that goes into packaging the way that they have packaged these greens. This is much cheaper, and it's easier to just get the product in the box, ship it out the door, and get the product to your customer faster. So there's a balance here that you really got to try to focus on and figure out, okay, how much do we want to lean in to first impressions? How much do we want to impress these new customers of ours, or potentially new customers of ours, or returning customers, versus getting the product out the door as quickly as possible? Now, ideally, you want to do both, but sometimes that's not always possible. And so I think that the lesson here for me is, if you are an entrepreneur or building a business or just part of a larger organization, focus on going above and beyond. Try to win your customers over and impress them with your packaging and what you bring to the table. And maybe you work for a consulting firm or a services organization. You don't have a physical product to be able to ship to the consumer. Well, that means you are the product. You've got to put your best foot forward. Every time you interact with that client, make sure that you're well dressed. Make sure that you are clean cut, well kept. That you come to the table and come to the conversation bringing your true, full, authentic self and the best version of yourself. So there's a few things that I want to close with here. If you were starting something up, a new project, a new business, or just working on something that you've already got in the works, make sure that you are being intentional about the product that you are delivering, because it is building your brand. Whether you like it or not, whether you want to acknowledge it or not, every action you take contributes to the brand you are building for yourself. Don't waste it. One thing that I would encourage is for you to solicit feedback from your peers on your product, on your services, on your report that you put together. Value that feedback. Appreciate the feedback. Don't get upset. Don't get hot and bothered or mad at the person because this was your dream vision and everything looked perfect and then they just crapped on it. They probably crapped on it for a reason. Take that feedback. Figure out how to tweak and pivot and adjust to make the product even better. Value that feedback that those people give you. Ultimately, this is the long game. First impressions are important, but you have to continue to bring your best self over and over and over. If you try to come to the table and make a presentation like this, but you're a fly-by-night organization, that's not going to work well for anybody. Put thought into this. Make sure that you are paying attention. Make sure that you are being intentional about the brand that you are building for yourself and for your company. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I have for you on the show today. I'm not trying to sell these products. I just want to be crystal clear. This is not an ad. I don't care if you buy them or not. I was simply using them to showcase the importance of first impressions and building your brand. That being said, there will never be ads on the show. There's no promotions, nothing like that. The only way this show grows is if we like and subscribe and share it to people. If you could do me a huge favor, go spend 30 seconds, leave a review on the show, whether it's Spotify or Apple or even YouTube, leave some comments for me. It really helps drive the algorithm to get more content out there in front of other eyes so that we can help everybody else. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the day. Thank you so much, and y'all have a good one.